What's happening, Tech Timers? This is Andre of Andre's Tech Time and Product Reviews, where I review cool tech and everyday products that will make your lives just a little bit easier. And today I'm coming to you live with no jive as I review a brand new MacBook Air. And this one is kind of near and dear to my heart because this is the first time in a very long time that I purchased a Mac laptop that was not a PowerBook, that's going way back, or a MacBook Pro. So I'm looking forward to this. Can you dig it? Okay, Tech Timers, so before we get down to the nitty gritty, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell all below. And please share if you care. Now, I was thinking back about when was the last time I purchased a computer, a Mac that was not a PowerBook or a MacBook Pro, and it's actually my old MacBook. Now this blue and, the white, I have a blue and white somewhere. This was the very last MacBook that I purchased. You can see, if y'all are musicians, y'all recognize that. This is what I was using to record my music on. But this was, I want to say I got this in 2006. I'm not even sure, but you know, whenever. Anyway, I replaced that with my 13-inch MacBook Pro. And this, of course, was replaced with 15-inch. I have another 15-inch, but the 15-inch will be replaced later. There's a clue. Anyway, there is a hack to get this to run the latest operating system, Monterey. I tried it. I don't like the way it runs on this computer. So that led me to this MacBook Air. I never was impressed with the original MacBook Airs. They didn't perform very well, but this has the M1 chip, same as my my Mac Mini. And for that Mac Mini, I'm going to leave a review link above and below in the description. So let's take a look at the MacBook Air. Of course, we need this, the Tech Time tool, but let's see what this is. Pull off. Well, you know what? We may not need the Tech Time tool. Sorry, Tech Time tool. Looks like you're going to have the day off. Get out of here. Okay. So let's just get the plastic off. And like I said, I'm really excited about this. I always love getting computers. This is the fourth computer I bought this year. Just love computers. Anyway, let me go ahead and separate the top from the bottom. And it looks like I dropped it right there. You can probably see that little blemish. I was so excited getting it out of the Amazon box. UPS delivered while I was making the previous video. So let's put that. Ooh, look at that. Let me just go ahead and I guess I can lift it like that. Let's just put that off to the side for a second. Some information. User manual, charging cable, USB-C on both ends, and of course the charging brick. There you go, nice tiny one. Put all that right there. Let's see if there's anything else in the box. That's it. This gets filed away. But the star of the show is the MacBook Air. And this is the space gray, I believe. I actually wanted gold, but I ordered this from Costco, Black Friday deal. Look, $200 off. These sell for $9.99. Costco had them for $7.99. That is what they call a no-brainer for an Apple laptop. $7.99. Come on, they're giving it away. So anyway, let's go ahead and remove all of the plastic covering. And man, take a look at that. Look how it's shaped. thicker here, tapers there. This thing is so light, it's ridiculous. And I bet my cup of tea weighs about the same. I'm not kidding, a full cup of tea probably weighs about the same. Let's open it up. And of course, wow, that's beautiful. That is gorgeous. Wow, I like that. So, there you go. Y'all can get a good look. What I'm gonna do with any product that requires charging, I'm gonna go ahead and charge it up for several hours and then get it all set up.
Use English as the main language.
Okay, let me turn that off. Well, it stopped. But anyway, let me go ahead and get this all charged up and then we will see what we can see. You dig? All right, Tech Timer. So I'm going to go ahead and shake things up a little bit just by starting off with the MacBook Air specs. Keep in mind, this is the 2020 model because there was not a 2021 model. Also, I want to let y'all know that, as I mentioned, this was a Black Friday purchase. I've been very busy the last few months and it is now February 23rd of 2022. So yes, I've been using this computer pretty much every day since then. I don't have it fully set up because I wanted to make sure, I got this video together. So anyway, let's go ahead and get down to the specs. It ships with the following OS, Big Sur. Of course, once you get it all up and running, it's going to want to upgrade to the latest operating system, which is Monterey. The processor is, of course, the Apple M1, which is an 8-core CPU running at 3.2 gigs with a 7-core GPU. So not bad on the graphics there. The display is Retina, 13.3 inches, LED backlit with IPS. Resolution is 2560 by 1600, 227 ppi, 400 nits for brightness. Battery is 49.9 watt hour and it's a LiPo. The charger is 30 watts, USB-C power adapter with charging cable. Following ports: 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports, which are USB 4 up to 40 gigs per second. Either can be used to charge up the MacBook Air. 3.5mm headphone jack also included. Now, for memory, this is the 8 gig model, which has the unified DDR4. There is also a 16 gigabyte version also available. Storage, this is the 256 gigs SSD, also available. 512 gigs, 1 terabyte, and 2 terabytes. It has a backlit Magic Keyboard, Force Touch trackpad, Touch ID sensor, which is your fingerprint reader, which I think is very cool. We'll take a look at that later. For Wi-Fi, it has all of the usual suspects right there. Bluetooth 5.0, the camera is 720 FaceTime HD. I'm not going to demonstrate the camera. 720 is garbage, everybody knows that. Now, the M1 chip does improve the quality of the camera a little bit, but come on, it's 720. Audio, stereo speakers with wide stereo sound, 3 mic array in the speakers. The mics are hidden under the speakers. Video support, 1 external display up to 6K res at 60 Hz, native display port over USB-C using adapters. The dimensions, the height is 0.16 to 0.63 inches. The width is 11.97 inches and the depth is 8.36 inches. It weighs 2.8 pounds, so it weighs a little bit more than a big cup of tea, maybe. And the materials are aluminum alloy. Of course, it's a Mac. So now that we've got the specs out of the way, let's get down to the get down. Okay, Tech Timer. So just a couple of things to bring to your attention before we get inside the OS and see what it's all about. A couple of differences here between, previous models of Apple laptops. For instance, the logo does not light up. Limited amount of support of ports. So what I do is if I have a traditional USB A type like this drive, I'll just go ahead and use this little adapter, and you can pick these up anywhere. It's just a USB A to USB C or vice versa. So that way you can connect your USB-A devices. So let me get that out of the way. Another thing I've noticed is that when it comes to the charging cable, there's no extension. You would remove this and connect the extension. There's no clip on it to secure it to itself when you wrap it around. And also, this does not have MagSafe. When this is connected, be very careful not to snag this, because if you do, hopefully it would just come out, but if it doesn't, you're gonna pull this on the floor. And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. With the MacBook Pro, this is from the 13, I don't think this is the 15-inch model. This is from the 13-inch model I have. And you can see it's got, let me just unravel this. I know it's a mess, but I've had this thing for a long time now. Okay, you can see it's got the extension cable connected, and it's about 4.5 to 5 feet long. If I don't want to use the extension cable, I just remove and put the original portion back. Once I wrap everything around, I can go ahead and secure it with the little clip like that, so it will stay wrapped around that. And there's the MagSafe portion. This is magnetized, it just snaps right on. And if you snag this, this just pops right off the laptop. This is making a comeback, thankfully. When you start up the MacBook Pro, it's going to take about 9 seconds or so, maybe 11, for the operating system to come in, to come up, which is good. So just like a Chromebook, you open it up, it starts up. Another thing I've noticed is that the keys have changed. The function keys at the very top. Gone are the keys for the keyboard to turn on the backlit in the keyboard and to adjust the brightness. One of the things that I really like, I'm going to move this here so y'all can see. You can see I'm not logged in. Well, you can see I'm logged in, but it's locked. There's your fingerprint scanner. If I go like that, you can see those icons, I'm logged in. So it only takes a split second or so, which isn't bad. So what I'm going to do now that we've seen that, I'm going to go ahead and get my capture card connected so we can see what we can see. Okay, Tech Timers, so on the screen right now, you can see that I have some benchmark software. And I am actually using QuickTime. I did not connect this to the capture card. And I was having problems with both, and I'll cover that in just a minute. But anyway, so you can see these are the numbers for Performance Test CPU Suite from Passmark Software. Those are the tests that it ran, and those are the scores. Looking pretty good. This is NovaBench, which I've used on my Mac Mini, and you can see some of the previous scores right here. So there you go, not bad. Let's go here about this Mac OS Monterey version 12.2.1, latest version, just updated a few days ago. And there are the particulars, some specs. Let me get out of that. And this is what I was talking about. You want to click here. I believe it's called the Command Center. If you want to do the keyboard brightness, you click here, and there's a slider. I actually prefer the buttons, and I think, yeah, so what I did was I put a shortcut up here for the brightness level. So let's see how this computer performs. Let's go into Safari. I'm going to start off with my speeds. My internet service is like 75, I believe, or 80. So it's right where it needs to be, 74.24 down and 10 up. This is a previous video that I made on a palm-sized PC. I'm going to hit play. It's running at 1080p, which is the highest setting I can go on this video. It's not dropping any frames. It's looking pretty good. Let's go to the next video. This is going to be a 4K test video. You can see it looks beautiful at 4K. It just looks gorgeous. So it plays 4K really well. And let's do that. Now, this is the problem I was having with some content. This is The Expanse on Amazon Prime. I'm going to hit play, and it's not showing. You can see that it's counting, it's playing. You can see the video is there, but because I'm trying to record it, it's not showing it. If I hit stop recording, it's going to pop up and it's going to play. And actually, I was able to record a few seconds a little bit earlier. So let's see what happens if I go back. Yeah, it's just not going to show up on the screen because I'm recording it, but it's actually playing. Let me pause it. Netflix, this is Lost in Space. And you can see Lost in Space is playing just fine. Sometimes Netflix does not want to show up when you are trying to record, although it's there on your screen. Let's go to Apple TV. I'm going to go ahead and launch that. Apple TV Plus. And actually, let's go back to Watch Now. Let's click on this after party or whatever it's called. This is another case of where it's actually playing, but it's not showing up on the screen. But once again, I've watched, quite a few episodes of programming here on Apple TV on the computer. You can see it's counting. So it's playing. It just doesn't like to be recorded. But I want to give you an idea of how this computer can multitask and play games. I'm not a game player. I don't have any games. I'm not going to load any games. But just to give you an idea of whether this can handle games or not, let me go into Chrome. And first things first, when you purchase a computer from Apple, you're going to get 3 free months of Apple Arcade, their gaming site or whatever. And I haven't, signed up for it. They keep sending emails. The first email I got was January. This is January 30th. The first email I got was like in December. And they keep sending emails just to let me know that I have 3 free months. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Safari. I'm going to hit play here. So I'm going to stream that video. I'm going to stream this video. And the 4K video. I'm going to stream this video. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 videos playing here. And in Apple TV Plus. Where is it? It's right there. So we're going to be playing this video. You can see it's counting. I'm going to go back to Chrome. And I'm just, going to do some surfing. You can see, no problem, jumping from, different sites. Surfing. 30 tabs open here, surfing around. I've got some videos streaming. This used to be called iTunes. Now it's just music. Hopefully there's no music in the background, but if there is, let me turn it down. So you can see I've got a bunch of stuff open. Let's open up main stage. That opened right away. Let's see. Let's go into numbers. Welcome to numbers. So I've got a lot of stuff going on right now that this computer, I'm throwing at it. And now if it can do all of this, stream videos, it's got the music site open. It's doing all of this. Once again, we can't see this video, but it is playing in the background. And I don't know what happened to Lost in Space. It was there, but it's still playing. It's counting. It's just not visible. You can see it's doing its thing. If it can handle all of this, it can definitely handle some of the games that you want to throw at it. So this M1 chip is incredible. It's high performance, heavy duty. It can handle just about whatever you throw at it. So really happy with the performance of this computer. Like I said, not a game player, but if you want to throw some games at it, it can handle games just fine. You can see I've got a bunch of stuff open, and it's doing it absolutely no problem. So that concludes the performance portion of the video, and we're going to move on. Okay, Tech Timers, so I have the lights turned off for a reason, because I want to show you how bright the keyboard can actually get. And once again, it operates from a slider within the operating system. So let me go to keyboard brightness, and there's my slider, and there you go. So now I do have the screen dimmed, but I also have I have my Mac Minis running in the back behind, and I've got two screens, so there's some light generating from that as well. But this keyboard is like super bright. I'm very impressed with the brightness of the keyboard. I just miss having a keyboard, a key, a button that I can press. So let me go ahead and put some lights on. Studio lighting, I guess. There you go. There's one. Let's turn this on. And another thing that really impresses me about this MacBook Air are the speakers. The absolute best speakers I've ever heard out of, I don't know, the dozens of laptops that I've owned. So let's go ahead and sample them. And let's put on a video, one of my videos. Can you dig it? Now that's full blast. And I have to tell you, the sound is incredible. Actually has some bass. No distortion at full blast. I mean, I've got YouTube turned all the way up and I have the computer turned all the way up, and it sounds great. So I want to show something to all of the geeks out there like me who really love to know what makes computers work. So I'm shutting this down. Of course, it just takes a few seconds and it's shut down. I took all the screws out of the back. Let me just pull the back off. Let's get this. And there it is. That's your motherboard right there. Look how tiny that is. You've got your batteries and you've got just everything. It's so compact, so neat. Of course, your speakers are right here and it's chambered, so it's got excellent bass. But that is what makes this laptop like one of the best laptops in the world at the time that it was introduced, and for a long time. So I do want to say that at this point, this is actually a long-term video, because I actually started this video back in November of 2021, and today is June 20th. I got started on the video and then I picked it up a few months later, or a couple of months later, and then I just picked it up again today, June 20th, 2022. So just kind of put it off to the side, had other things going on. So keep that in mind. This is now considered a long-term video. Let's go ahead and get this back together and we will wrap this bad boy up. All right, Tech Timers, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump to the real nitty gritty. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Andre's Tech Time and Product Reviews rating system. Y'all know how this goes. If I like a product, right on. If I really like it, groovy, man. If I don't like it, right off. And if I really don't like it, it's a job turkey. This 2020 M1 MacBook Air does absolutely everything that I needed to do, and it looks good doing it. I'll tell you, this computer is by far the most powerful, best sounding, best battery lasting, whatever computer that I have ever owned. You cannot go wrong with this. This was an impulse buy because I was waiting for the newer model to come out, when Apple started talking about that, I am so glad that I purchased this computer. Remember, I purchased this back in November of 2021, right around, for Black Friday. I have used this computer every single day. Out of the 4 computers that I purchased last year, this is my favorite. I mean, I love the Mac Mini, but I don't use it every day. The PCs are, special purpose use. I use them for, whatever. But this is like my everyday go-to computer. So I do want to say, speaking of the newest model, the reason why I'm finishing up this video is because I think it was just 2 weeks ago, Apple introduced the M2 model, which is a redesigned, faster chip, just a brand new MacBook Air. So I'm really looking forward to picking one of those up. And I think I mentioned earlier in the video that this is the replacement for my 13-inch MacBook Pro, that is a 2011. And then I have a MacBook Pro 2014, my 15-inch. When I get the M2, I think the M2 is going to replace that 15-inch because it's just so much computer. I always had preferred larger screens, but I don't think it's a necessity. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. So anyway, that concludes the review of the, once again, 2020 M1 MacBook Air. I want to thank y'all for hanging out here with me on Andre's Tech Time. Now, I've been pretty busy, had some other projects going. That's why it took me so long to crank this video out, but I'm looking forward to getting more videos out. And keep in mind that with all of my reviews, all of the opinions expressed are my own. I don't get paid to do this, and I purchase all of the products with my own money. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me and sticking with me through all these months. I want to say to y'all, just keep on trucking, and I will catch you on the flip side in my next video. Now, can you dig that?